Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda
Kevalam Jnanamuktam Dvandvaditam Gaganatadrusham Tattvamasya Dilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvagi Sakshibhutam Bhavaditam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nithyanandam, welcome you all to another session on the Nithyananda TV. We welcome all the devotees, disciples, and everyone else viewing us on various social media platforms, including YouTube, Facebook, and Nithyananda TV as well. Today's segment, we're going to be learning about surrender and manifest. How, when you surrender to the supreme concept of Hinduism, when you surrender yourself to Swamiji, you begin to manifest the reality which you want. You want to manifest for yourself, and you want to manifest for the people, the lives around you as well. Before that, I'd like to introduce myself, Sunit Mangalananda Maharaj, and with me, I have also Sunit Paramashivoham Maharaj. And today, both of us are going to be giving you a glimpse in how Swamiji has been able to build the KAILASA nation, the only nation for Hindus. The secret behind how Swamiji is able to make this happen, as well as how you can make the impossible, how you can manifest the reality which you want, which you are currently believing to be impossible for yourself, how you can make that possible in your own lives. So before we enter directly into the segment, I wanted to just put a question out here to Paramashivoham Maharaj. But what are the different things which we can say as the achievements or to put it in terms of an outer world perspective, what are the different achievements and different things Swamiji has established in the Sangha and in the mission towards building the KAILASA nation? It must be a very broad topic to start upon, but I think it's important if we start on this note.
Yes. So the Sangha started way back even before 2000. And from then, if you see all the achievements of the Supreme Font of Hinduism, from Swamiji, there are so many different things, like from this first Adiram, which was in the Erode and Tamil Nadu, then Adi Kailasa, with so many different Kailasas after that. And not only all of these, all the different recognitions and the Guinness World Records and all the other different international levels of recognitions, country level recognitions, all the different recognitions. Like we got the Guinness World Record in Malakamba and the Kundalini Raju. And then we got, in the Supreme Court of Hinduism, got the Asia Book of Records. Yes, right. Asia Book of Records for the most number of songs. So many, most number of hours discourse is given. So all these different recognitions and all of these so many achievements from the supreme point of Hinduism. This is just like the glimpses of what I'm giving, like not even entering into the main part. I'm just telling you a few of them. There are literally hundreds and hundreds out there. But these are just a few achievements that the supreme point of Hinduism has had from the time he started his public life, which was in around 2000, from 2000. So there have been so many different achievements, and all of these achievements the supreme point of Hinduism has had and manifested. Why has it? How is it possible, Mangala Maharaj? Supreme point of Hinduism, people, Swamiji, the supreme point of Hinduism. What is the secret behind all of this manifestation? So the supreme point of Hinduism has been continuously giving us all so many different things in our life. So what is the secret behind it?
Very good question, Paramashivoham Maharaj. Before we start with that itself, you have to actually see from where Swamiji, from where the supreme point of Hinduism is actually even coming from. So Swamiji was born in a very small town of Tirunamale, completely temple community and temple-based town. So coming from a small town with literally no, for even to go to get a corporate job, the amount of education, the amount of college, and other various degrees a person goes through these days. Swamiji has only finished a diploma, which is equivalent to 12th standard, I think, in the modern day. So that's all in terms of the education or the outward knowledge. Someone wants to get a job or someone wants to start a business, the first thing what they're going to do is they're going to attend a certain course or they're going to attend a certain college, gain whatever learning experience they need to gain. But Swamiji has not done any of this. Just from being a village boy, he is manifested now and has created the KAILASA nation.
Yeah.
Not just for himself, but for all of us live and practice authentic Hinduism.
Yeah.
And so I think the secret, the reason why Swamiji was able to make this happen is just one simple reason and simple decision, simple intention Swamiji lives with. And that is his simple integrity and simple obedience with his masters and with Paramashiva. Whatever vision, whatever direction, everything which was laid out by Swamiji's masters, by the Supreme Point of Hinduism predecessors, and the experience and the understanding given to the Supreme Point of Hinduism, the experience of Paramadvaita given to Swamiji by Arunagiri Yogeshwara. That is all, that is everything from which the Supreme Point of Hinduism has built Soul Sangha on and has built and manifested the Kailasa nation. It is this secret which has manifested and created so many wonderful things, many things which, it's like a vast ocean. Even talking about it, you'll only be able to touch certain aspects of it. But if you go through even the Nithyananda, where online all of Swamiji's public life, most of Swamiji's public life, whatever is available currently on the internet has been compiled and is organized in one website. So even if you just go and study, it will take you ages and days and weeks, probably maybe even months, just to go through each and every page of Nithyananda each and every day, and to just read and see all the photos, all the different contributions, everything Swamiji has done. Actually, even if you go through Nithyananda, a couple of years back when Swamiji did the first world tour, when Swamiji visited various parts of North America and all that, you can see that there's literally no gap. Swamiji is in one city and the next day he travels the whole day and he comes to another city in the next, and it's continuous programs after programs, talk shows, meeting with devotees, and visiting the places. And then when he comes back to India, again that night there will be an energy darshan. There will be an ongoing program parallelly, and when Swamiji lands back in India, he's immediately giving the energy darshan and then only retiring for the day. So Swamiji continuously day in and day out, even during his travels, he is completely focused. There is no, from what I have personally learned by going through the Nithyananda, is that there is nothing Swamiji does for himself personally. Everything the Supreme Point of Hinduism is doing is for others. Whatever in terms of planning, in terms of building infrastructure, everything is for the Kailasa mission. Everything is to give this experience of Paramadvaita, the experience of oneness with Paramashiva to each and every one of us.
Yes, Maharaj. So the biggest thing that we can understand, and we can actually see the Supreme Point of Hinduism, the greatest success of his, all the excellent things that we all have is because of the Supreme Point of Hinduism. And he has manifested all of this is because of just following the Guru Vak that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism got from his gurus, from Arunagiri Yogeshwara, from Paramashiva himself. The Guru Vak that he followed, each and everything, just simple obedience. Swamiji's simple obedience and integrity to the master. Just simple obedience. Just to what the master says, just to what the Guru says. Even just following the simplest of the Guru Vaks that you get from the Guru, even a small thing, if you're just following that, you will just manifest anything in your life. All you need to just do is just be obedient to your Guru and integrated to the Guru, and you will manifest anything that you want in your life. That is the biggest secret of the whole Guru Parampara itself, the Guru Shishya Parampara itself. The only thing is just follow what the Guru says. That's all. Then we'll manifest anything in our life. And this is not just a one person or two people saying. There are thousands and thousands of people who have experienced this. Just following one Guru Vak, just one Guru Vak, whether it is, if that person feels that take the decision, yes, I'm going to build a temple, and this is my first step towards it. Let me start here. Even if they just take the one step, because by listening to the Guru, they will manifest everything that is needed. Because Swamiji says, when he ordains, it's a that is what Swamiji says. So when he says something, he has already rooted everything for us to step on, for us to manifest. He just is deciding for us to take the first step. That's all that we need to do. Just taking the first step is all that we need to do. And he has already given us the energy, power, and everything that is needed to manifest whatever is needed in our life. All that we need to do is just take the first decision.
Actually, there's a very beautiful example. Earlier, I was sharing with Prem Supamaraj. So everything we do, right? We are currently living. If you can take the world as a whole, of a multi-story building, and we are currently either on the first floor or the second floor. We can only see what is right in front of us. We do not know the curves ahead. We do not know the obstacles, the boundaries, the roadblocks. We do not know anything. We only know the couple of few feet or maximum few, maybe 1 or 2 miles, which we are able to see in front of us. But only someone who is at the top of the building, having a bird's eye view of the whole scenario, of the whole place, of the whole map, only then they're going to be able to correctly map and tell, if you go like this is going to be the way you can go, or if you go like this, what are the other different obstacles? Swamiji is literally sitting on top of the world, sitting on the topmost floor, and is planning out, laying out the future for all of us. When we ask, with a complete surrender and devotion, when we surrender to Swamiji, when we say, Swamiji, please bless me with this, or please, what is the purpose of my life? When we want to seek guidance from Swamiji and request and ask for his blessings, he is not seeing from the same plane we are seeing. He is seeing from a much higher plane, looking down on us and tell, this is the correct path for you to take and go. If you go this way, it is not the correct path for you, or the different obstacles, or all the other things which could happen. So seeing that the Supreme Pontiff Hinduism, Swamiji is giving that sort of that broad vision from a higher aspect, from a higher dimension. Many times, unfortunately, because of our narrow-minded logic, because of we're able to see only this much, we are not able to completely understand, or sometimes we don't even trust what Swamiji is saying is true. And so I think this is where many of us are facing when we receive an instruction and receive a Guru Vak, when Swamiji asks us to do something. But at the same time, we have our own ideas, our own self-doubts, our own self-denials, or self-hatred, or sometimes it even goes in the other direction, where we start doubting the Guru itself. Then things start getting complicated, and we start creating problems for ourselves, and ultimately we land only into more and more problems, more and more depression, and more sufferings. It is just that simple jump, simple trust in the master. Yes, whatever Swamiji says, it will be the best thing for me. Swamiji gains nothing trying to exploit. If you can see Swamiji's whole life itself, it is completely life positive mission with Swamiji, being life positive way in which not only Swamiji does, but in the way Swamiji thinks. If any of you would have attended the Inner Awakening programs and had the fortune of attending the Inner Awakening program directly with Swamiji, then you would know, from your accommodation to your food to even the AC in the meditation hall, everything Swamiji micromanages to make sure it's perfect. Every single detail. Even if you attended one Inner Awakening program or one even 4-day program, you would definitely would have seen or would have glimpsed the micromanagement Swamiji does in each and everything, trying to make sure that the participants have the best experience possible. And so this is the level, the scale at which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism goes in order to make sure, to give his life for others in every possible way, in each and every aspect. So someone who's sacrificing so much for the world and who's so complete with himself and with the world around us, has nothing else to gain. What more is there for him to exploit? It's only Swamiji himself has taken his body just for our growth, our expansion, for us to become Paramashiva, for us to realize that. And so when we, with this complete trust and understanding and just love on Swamiji, love on the Master, on the Guru, then naturally that love will reflect back the Guru Bhakti which we have flowing towards Swamiji, the love Swamiji has towards us, when that comes into us and comes back out as Guru Bhakti, then naturally life starts manifesting as we want it to. And so that's the title of today's segment, Surrender and Manifest. All with us today, we have a devotee, Chase from Ohio, who is going to be sharing his experience about how he, after surrendering to Swamiji, has manifested so many different things in life, how so many miracles have happened in his life after he surrendered to Swamiji. Welcome Chase from Ohio to come and share with all of us his experience on how he manifested this space, how he manifested the reality he wanted just simply by surrendering to Swamiji.
A more intelligently connected world leads to a brighter future. An enlightened humanity leads to a better world. During the Paramashivoham program, we help people to discover their superhuman possibilities and help them to find and achieve the true purpose of their birth by giving them the techniques, practices, and methodologies from the Vedagamas, the original source scriptures of Hinduism. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving the ancient original Vedas and Agamas in all its glory, in a user-friendly way for the modern mind. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is transforming human beings into divine beings, reviving, initiating, and replicating the 463 powers from the Agamas revealed by Paramashiva. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is not just giving solutions for every problem man faces, but is making them irrelevant to their lives by transforming human beings into divine beings.
Listen. Any argument presented by your mind, body, your present reality to establish you are not Paramashiva. You are not omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent. Anything presented to prove you are not Paramashiva is illegitimate. Decide this. This is super determinism. Understand? Anything you declare as illegitimate will lose power over you, will die in few days, few minutes, maybe in few weeks, whatever few days it takes. It will not have power over you. Understand, this is the method for sudden enlightenment. This is the method for sudden enlightenment. It happens by the Shaktipada. Here Paramashiva is sitting to tell you all, you are Paramashiva, you are me, with Shaktipada and Shaktinipada.
The Dvitiya Vijnasa Krama is an extensive and thorough yoga sequence to prepare your body to receive the experience being given by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Through the yoga, which is aligned as per the source scriptures laid down by Paramashiva and the Agamas, you break all the impossibility in your body and in turn break the very cognition of impossibility. The program leads you to go beyond your human frame and limiting human ideas, which prevents you from living your highest possibility.
I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment.
Again I tell you, I am not here to prove I am God, I am here to prove you are God.
Don't wait to become divine. Register now at paramashivoham.org.
For centuries, we've sought to understand the essence of life. Is it not what we all yearn to know? What is consciousness, and how is it that sometimes we are aware and sometimes we are not? What happens if our ego or self dissolves completely? Is consciousness present before all experience? We perceive the world as separate from us. But what if it's not? How do we transform the sensory experiences of our brain into the higher dimensional reality of our consciousness? Meditation has been proven to be the path to understanding the nature of our mind. It lets you feel the pulse of reality. The question remains, how much of reality do you wish to perceive?
I'll give you the precise methodology, technology for you to raise, reach, realize, and manifest Paramadvaita, the ultimate oneness, in as simple way as possible.
There were some other things which Prem Subba Maharaj actually wanted to share now. And as we are moving further into the segment, a beautiful story which Swamiji had shared in a recent satsang a couple of months back about how even he gets to know only what Paramashiva wants him for that specific day. But if you can go ahead.
Yes. So once Swamiji was beautifully sharing in one of the satsangs that even Swamiji himself, Supreme Founder of Hinduism himself, what the plan is going to be. Like sometimes when Swamiji says something to us and gives us some guruvak or tells us anything, any instruction or anything that Swamiji tells us, we feel, oh, why is Swamiji telling this? Oh, why is Swamiji telling that? We always feel all of this. So what Swamiji was telling very beautifully that even Swamiji himself comes to know about what the plan is for that time or for that day or for that moment. Only when Paramashiva reveals it to him on that day. So even the Supreme Founder of Hinduism, Swamiji himself, the plan for him, he comes to know only for that day. So it is just because of the Supreme Founder of Hinduism's trust and the obedience towards Paramashiva and the Supreme Founder of Hinduism's Guru that all this whole Kailasa manifestation has happened. The whole Kailasa he has built just because of simple obedience towards the Guru, Paramashiva himself. So this is a beautiful thing that Swamiji, this is a beautiful experience Swamiji had shared in one of the satsangs.
Yes. Actually, we can relate this very much to our own lives, where so many times, so many different ways Swamiji would occur, especially during the time of the pandemic, of the COVID-19 pandemic. Swamiji had given multiple different instructions for multiple various reasons. Much before the pandemic went into the full peak of its time. So many instructions Swamiji had given to stop traveling, to start preparing to be in home lockdown. So many different instructions Swamiji had given, but many of us, some of us did not understand completely why Swamiji was saying what he was saying. Only in the due course of time did we even understand or come to realization, oh, okay, Swamiji had prepared us and had taught us to be ready for all of this much before it actually even happened. And so, yes, at that moment, at that situation, when we are receiving that instruction, receiving that guidance, we may not fully understand the reason behind it. It is only after a certain amount of time